Welcome to Fallout 76, this is Jim. In this video we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Let's take a look at it and see what we got for today. Alright, we got some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that'll help you guys out. I get different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas. I would have your brand spanking new player to the game, a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, this particular daily weekly challenge is giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that'll help you. Try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. Of course, you guys are awesome with the great comments and tips, which are greatly appreciated. If you do wonder why it's slightly more score than you, think the top right-hand corner of the screen, a 25% boost. Of course, I claimed that right off the current season 22 season pass on 3 pages, a 5%, 10%, an additional 10%. You can claim that by being a Fallout First member or by paying the 1,500 items for the season pass. Now, typical Tuesdays, we not only have our usual dailies here, but we also usually have a fresh set of weeklies. I usually recommend using a score booster drink, which gives us an extra 25% for 24 hours. As you can see there, I am rank 167, so I'm not going to bother. Whatever score boosters I have, I'm going to save to the next season. All right, let's take a look here. So just get a little FYI. Yeah, I do have some folks working on my house on the siding. I think they went to break. I don't hear anything going on outside. And so I'm going to quickly make this video. So if halfway through or 3/4 of the way through we hear some banging, we're just going to kind of push on. I guess I've already started the video, so just a little, just to mention to you guys. All right, choose some Bubblegum 1. So as straightforward as this one sounds, just open up your food and drink section of your Pip-Boy, throw in some bubblegum there in your mouth, and you're good to go. However, if you're new to the game, you might be wondering how to even get bubblegum. So a couple different ways. We can find bubblegum kind of laying around the wasteland. I usually have pretty good luck in around the pumpkin house. We're going to go up here and there in a second. The second way is by going to other players' vendors. Other players' vendors will sell regular bubblegum like this and Perk bubblegum in their vendor for fairly cheap. And because the people will sell it just for people who do daily weekly challenges. I talked about Perk Bubblegum. We get Perk Bubblegum for free. Every time you open up a Perk card pack, you get free Perk Bubblegum. Usually cola, grape, strawberry, and watermelon, I believe. And I recommend hanging on. I know about a year or two ago, someone had mentioned that they usually used to drop the Perk Bubblegum they got for free. And as soon as I mentioned them, they changed their mind. Because that Perk Bubblegum we get for free will count as 2 bubblegum like this here today. It counts as pre-war food, and it counts as eat a cake, pie, or candy. So I always recommend to hang on to that Perk Bubblegum. And the special event, I think we had it just the other day, it's called Mischief Night. So every time you raid those candy bowls, you do get eat a cake, pie, or candy in pre-war food items, but a lot of times you get bubblegum. And that's how I kind of was able to restock my bubblegum that I have on me. All right, let's go up here. We're going to stop at the pumpkin house here, right up here. I had the most luck up here, to be honest with you guys. Again, it's just like a random drop, but I'll show you where you can find it. You can make your way up here if you so wish. Nice little neutral area here. Talk to good old Jack-O-Lantern or old pal. And first off, this black cauldron. And sometimes there'll be some bubblegum, and I think there's some in here the other day, but there's only cotton candy bites in here today. It's kind of odd because we are on a private server here. And always check this plastic pumpkin, not much luck. And it is a little bit harder if you go on public servers. But as you can see, you can even have your difficulties if you're on these private ones as well. But that's another good spot where I usually find my bubblegum. And as I mentioned, other players' vendors, other players will sell them just for people like you and me who do our daily weekly challenges, okay? And I don't think I have any perk card packs to open. I know we did last week, but no, we don't have any to open up. But this is where you would open up your perk card packs. Excuse me. All right, so let's go ahead here. We're going to go to our little food and drink section. And the bubblegum you find at the very top here, this is the bubblegum you would find in the wasteland. This is the bubblegum you would get from the event Mischief Night, from those little candy bowls from raiding them, okay? And I don't think I have any Perk bubblegum on me. I'd be surprised if I did. Let's take a quick look. It'll say the word Perk in it. But yeah, I think the one we got the last week or the week before, I think we had used it just for, oh, there we go there. watermelon perk bubblegum, right? We're just going to eat the regular bubblegum. Like they kind of keep that one for particular daily challenges just to kind of show off how it counts. So let's go ahead and eat our bubblegum here. There we go. Now, if you have any great suggestions on locations where you find bubblegum in general and around the wasteland, by all means, put them in the comments just to help out the community. All right, let's head back to our camp here real quick, and we will take a look at the next challenge. All right. The next challenge here. Oh. We have some enemies nearby here. Don't get too many enemies. Oh. God, my camp destroyed here. Holy mackerel. There we go. Sometimes they come from over here, but I don't get too many enemies in this camp, typically. All right, let's take a look at these challenges here now. Craft ammo at a workbench 50, so don't get this confused with collect ammo. You actually have to craft ammo. And of course, you do that right at a tinker's workbench. Now, any tinker's workbench will do. We're just going to use the one right here in our camp. Find it. There we go. Just go ahead and go craft. All right, so let's back out here again. What did it say? Energy ammo? Nope, just ammo. All right, so again, when it says ammo like this, it's either ballistic or energy, okay? If it's more specific, it'll actually say in the description ballistic or energy, all right? So just kind of keep that in mind. Put our tinker's workbench here. Now, this is all your ballistic stuff up in the actual ammo section, okay? And then down here, of course, is your energy ammo. So we're actually going to craft some energy ammo just to show you how it counts. So 30 fusion cells, 4 copper, 8 lead, and 4 plastic. Now, we do have a couple perk cards that will give us more bang for our buck, so to speak. And one will be down here under agility. That perk card is called Ammo Smith. If you don't have a level 2, if all you have is a level 1, definitely apply. It's only going to help you. And as you can see, this level 2 here is produce 80% more rounds when crafting ammunition. Let's go ahead and put that bad boy on. And then, of course, down here under luck, we have the perk card here. It's called Super Duper. If you don't have a level 3, if all you have is a level 1 or level 2, definitely apply. It's only going to help you. But even this level 3, as you can see, it still only gives us a 30% chance to get double results. It's not going to work every single time, okay? And I find it works more or better if you craft more than 3. However, we have crafted 1 or 2 here on the channel, and it does work once in a while. Let's go back to our Tinker's Workbench here. We got some more robots showing up. Down here under energy ammo, it says fusion cells times 30, it's 54. But it's the same requirements there on the right-hand side as if we were crafting 30. That's the Ammo Smith perk card right there. Let's go ahead. We're just going to craft 1 here. That's all that we need. All right, so Super Duper did not kick in that time, which is fine. But we still get more bang for our buck by using the Ammo Smith perk card. And if you're looking to craft ammo at your Tinker's Workbench, that's what I usually recommend doing. If you do move your perk cards around, again, don't forget to switch your perk cards back. As you guys know, I usually have that same issue myself. Sometimes I just forget. All right, there we go. We get some more visitors here. Let's go ahead. Oh, we got some more. There we go. I was going to say. All right, I think that's it. Yeah. Good. Let's see what's next here. Collect Stimpaks or Chems 5. So this one here is kind of a little bit more of a wide range of what you can do here. So Stimpaks we can usually get off of human enemies. Not saying every human enemy will have it on them. However, the vast majority of them will. And I'm talking about cultists and blood eagles. Okay. And of course, chems we can kind of find just kind of laying around. We can craft them at a chemistry workbench. And let's take a look at those kind of options here for us. So Stimpaks and Chems, I find one of the best spots is right here at Point Pleasant. As long as the Mothman Equinox event is not going on, this place is usually filled with 20 plus cultists, okay? And that's a very good way to get to Stimpaks, right? All the cultists that are up here. And a lot of Chems in general just laying around, usually on the rooftops, the basement of the Mothman Museum, and then around the church. I think the most Stimpaks and Chems we ever got here, this was like 2.5 years ago here on the channel, and it was about 30 in total. It was absolutely fantastic. As we had a weekly challenge at that time, and just hit it right out of the park with that place right there. For being in such a small location, the Gilman Lumber Mill is actually a pretty good spot here for Stimpaks and Chems. Right here, Morgantown Airport. I'm talking about the outside of the airport, so along the runway and out front in the arrivals area, we have those couple of, there's like 3 or 4 tents that are set up. There's usually some great Stimpaks and Chems in around those areas as well. Now we can buy Stimpaks and Chems from other players' vendors. A lot of players will sell Stimpaks and Chems in general to ghouls like myself and have them for sale on their vendor for fairly cheap. At every train station, fast travel area, even places like Camden Park, they'll have what's called medical dispensers. You can buy your Stimpaks and Chems there as well. The only thing about the medical dispensers is their inventories are tied together, so if you clean one out, they're all out, okay? And you have to wait for the next day for them to be restocked. And of course, you can craft your own at a chemistry workbench if you so wish. I think that's out front, but we'll go through the house here. So if you don't have a chemistry workbench, you actually get one very early on in game. Most people leave Vault 76. They come right down here to Flatwoods. They go to the tavern. There's 2 little kiosks there you interact with. It's where you basically become a responder for the very first time. The very first 2 quests are extremely easy to do. You stay right here in Flatwoods, and you get the plan for the chemistry workbench. Another place close by to Vault 76 is Morgantown Station. Okay, there's one right inside Morgantown Station. And 8 times out of 10 on either type of server, you will see the plan for the chemistry workbench right on the floor next to it in the station. It's pretty cool, actually, so it's a pretty good time. And there's something I've been waiting to check, to try out here. And it's this first aid bag. This aid storage bag we just got like the last couple months here. And again, it is unfortunately a Fallout first item only. It's very similar to the scrap box and the ammo storage, okay? So again, let's go ahead. We're actually going to take stuff out of here and see if it counts. Let's go ahead. We're just going to take a berry mentat here. I have been told it does count, so let's just try it here in the channel. There we go. Collect Stimpaks or Chems. Pretty awesome. Right out of our little first aid bag. And that is absolutely fantastic. I forgot the last 2 times it popped up and you guys reminded me. And I have a little note here on my desk. And I'm thinking, yeah, Chip, we got to use the first aid storage bag box. So this is the other variation. And the other one is obviously just the box here. Like the typical box we would find here in the game. See here. Where this? Oh, no, that would be under storage. There we go. This guy here or this guy here, but either one, you know, I think this one here was available to the Atomic Shop, and this one here was available through the season 22 season pass. I'm pretty sure that's the way it went. But again, it's only a Fallout first item only. Now, I'm fairly certain, I haven't tried it out for a very long time, but you know how we have a free trial for Fallout first? You know, you're able to build your scrap box, ammo box, and this guy here, you can put stuff in it. And then after the trial is done, you're able to take out. You just can't put stuff in. I'm fairly certain the same thing will happen with this aid storage box. So if you had the trial a few weeks ago and you built this bad boy, and if you put the first aid in, you'll be able to take it out. So you may be able to do this even though you don't have the Fallout first trial or Fallout first at all. All right. So give that a try. Let me know how that works out. I'm pretty sure it'll work. All right. So let's go ahead. We're actually going to go to a train station here this time. And we're actually going to buy Stimpaks and Chems right from the medical dispenser. Now, I usually find this here a little bit cheaper than what some folks will sell in their vendor. So I recommend maybe trying this here first unless you know a friend or something like that. All right. So you can see we have Stimpaks. We have all kinds of Chems here. Let's buy these 2 psychos here. There we go. And we'll craft these 2 med-X's as well. There we go. Like Stimpaks or Chems, 5 for 5 done. Absolutely fantastic. And that's a real good way, like if you're really short on time and you just want to get these daily weeklies done and fast as possible. Let's say you got to go to work, got to go to school, you got to hang out with your friends or your family. Just pop in here, go top in the train station, any train station, and just buy them. Or if you have that first aid bag or box. All right, let's see what's next here. We'll just head back to our camp and we'll take a look at the last kind of camp challenge here. I don't think there's a Tinker's Work. I think it's a weapons workbench at this particular train station. All right. Scrap charge to produce glass 10. So glass is a junk item in which we can use the bulk and scrap method at any Tinker's Workbench here in the game. Just walk up to any Tinker's Workbench, you go ahead and go craft. Down here to bulk, go down here to the G section. The bulk 1 glass, all you need is 15 glass shards and 2 plastic from your stash or scrap box. You go ahead, you bulk your glass, and then you scrap it. It's hands down the fastest, quickest, easiest way to complete this daily challenge. It's more so for the folks that are kind of short on time, or for people like to get things done quick and easy. The bulk and scrap method is definitely where it's at for most junk items here in the game. Now we can legitimately find glass in a couple of great spots. Let's take a look at a couple great locations here. One spot is just south of the Somerville stocks. When you spawn, you actually spawn on the north side. As you make your way around here, you can go through it to go through the Scorched. Right in this little sandbar down here, you'll see a couple of shopping carts, and there's about 10 beer bottles. Now, the only thing is you're going to need all 10, as 1 beer bottle will give you 1 glass. One of the best spots right here at the kill box, all right? So, but you will need a marsupial or even a jetpack to get on top of the roof of that building, okay? That's the only stipulation, but there's all kinds of the Nuka-Cola Quantum bottles up there. Now, each one of them will give you 2 glass each. That's a really good spot there. Another fairly decent spot, but it's totally reliant on the server that you're on. You may have the server hop, so Blackwater Mine. When you first spawn in, there'll be a mole miner on the right-hand side. But right to the left, just go right there before you go with that big compound area. You'll see like a little vendor, or like a vendor kind of area. You know, we see them around the wasteland once in a while. In like, usually like around Blood Eagle kind of camps and stuff like that. But anyway, there'll be like bottles there. And on some servers, the bottles will be full of wine or bourbon. And other servers, they'll be full. They'll be just glass. They'll just be empty. So you can also try that place as well. All right, so the last time we did the kill box on that roof, let's pop over here to Somerville's docks this time. And as I mentioned, it will spawn us on the north side, but we're just going to kind of fly through on the road here. All right, so there's Somerville's docks. And the Scorch there are pretty squishy, but just to kind of save from having to go through those 7 or 8 dudes, we're just going to pop right down here. Is there a rad pop show? Yep, there is. All right, right down here. And here's these shopping carts right here. And as I mentioned, you will need all 10 of these beer bottles. So 1, 2, 3, 10. So there's just the perfect amount right here. Sometimes it will be in the shopping cart, but I haven't seen that for quite some time. So now I think nowadays we're just kind of on this little sandbar right here. Of course, we have the kill box directly right across the street from us and right on that roof. But you can see that big gap there. We will need a jetpack and marsupial to get up on that roof. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to scrap this stuff up. We're just going to head back to our camp to scrap it up. Now, there's a couple of workbenches here, but we're just going to save some time here without having to go through all those Scorched. Again, you can go to any train station down at the mall, another player's camp, what have you. This way, buddy. Buddy boy. Go ahead and scrap her up here. 10 beer, you can see the item stats. So again, each beer bottle gives us just 1 glass each. There we go. Scrap charge to produce glass 10 for 10. But you can only use your bulk and scrap method at your Tinker's Workbench because Glass is an item that usually you have a lot of and you don't really realize it. All right, let's take a look at the next one here, Jimmy. Kill glowing creature 1. So many great spots we can find glowing creatures here around the wasteland. I do have a couple older videos I have here on the channel. You can check those out here as well. But right up here, Abby's Bunker. You actually come here very early on in your game. When you reach level 20, you start doing the Overseer's missions, part of the Wastelanders update. It is a level 0 hack to get inside, but there's usually 5 rad roaches. Sometimes 2 to 3 are glowing. I've even seen all 5 glowing at times. Another great spot is right here in Monadga. There's about 19 mole miners here. Usually half of them are glowing. Blackwater Mine, again, lots of mole miners here inside and outside of the mine. Usually half of them are glowing as well. Now, if you're down here in Welsh, if you spawn in from the train station side, you'll see this one glowing mole miner. He's usually right in the middle of town, and he's shooting you with a missile launcher. Usually he's glowing as well, so just if you happen to be down at that end. Usually anywhere around the Skyline Valley region, you'll come across the glowing mole rats, glowing rat stag examples, okay? Even the glowing Wendigo if you're lucky, okay? Right here, Shenandoah Visitor Center is a great spot for rad roaches, and usually about half of them are glowing, so probably about 10 to 12 rad roaches, half of them are glowing there. And even if you walk between the Shenandoah Visitor Center and the Dark Hollow Manor here, you'll come across glowing rat stag, you'll come across glowing mole rats, just kind of wandering around like little groups of 3, okay? Sometimes there'll be a random encounter down here, and sometimes there'll be a glowing Wendigo down there, and there'll be a glowing Wendigo right close to here, right in between the trading post, which is a free fast travel once when you discover it, and the Dark Hollow Manor. Usually there's a mega sloth in there as well, if you're lucky. The 6 Nanigashes here, Flooded Train Yard, usually they're all glowing. And right here, Toxic Valley, Toxic Larry's Meet and Go. Usually the triplets that are up there, the 3 Snallygashes, usually at least one of them are glowing as well. So all kinds of great options. Tons of options there for us, all right? Let's pop in the Shenandoah Visitor Center here. Actually, when we were down here in the Rapid Camp, doing Mischief Night and all that, there's usually some glowing rat stag just kind of walking around as well. You can always try that. Let's go to the Shenandoah Visitor Center right here. Again, we're just going to take the easy way out. The rad roaches, and that's why I always kind of mention to people who are doing these daily, weekly challenges is the game doesn't know if you took the easy way out or not. It just knows if you completed it or not, all right? So it's really up to you how much time of the day that you have available to you to do stuff, all right? There's our glowing guy there. There we go. Kill glowing creature 1 for 1 done. You see a couple more glowing over there. You can see just kind of walking around. There's some more way on the other side there. Usually some of them are glowing as well. Nice little spot. I would say at least 12 rad roaches and half of them are glowing here as well. Let's take a look at the next one here. Kill an enemy in the Skyline Valley region 5. So again, an enemy is everything is on the table. Right from passive old enemies, you know, we come across the old raiders and scavengers that are passive wandering the roads. Right up to the highest level enemy in that region. Everything is on the table, even humans and robots. Skyline Valley region, as I mentioned, is right down here where we're at. All right. Now, the cutoff is Johnson's Acre and Denton's Construction. They are part of the original map, and they are part of the Savage Divide. All right? So everything is good to go here. We're just going to stay right here in the Shenandoah Visitor Center, and we're going to take care of the rad roaches that are here. Might as well clean the place up, right? Sometimes when you open up these doors here, there'll be another glowing guy there. Nice, just like that. Pretty awesome. You can see, look, there's more glowing guy over there. There's a little friends walking over there. Perfect. We'll just leave them alone. Nice. We have one guy following us there. All right, let's see what's next here. All right, complete an event while in the team 1. So we kind of messed this up the last 3 times we had this one. So 2 times last week and 2 times the week before. And 1 time last week, all right? And each time we forgot to get in a team. So let's take a look at that first. You have to do it if you're in a team by yourself. You're on a team with another person. It's really up to you what you want to do. But again, as I'm on a server by myself, we're going to top right-hand corner, we're going to go social. We're going to create our own team here. Now, if you are joining a team, we're going to create your own team for these challenges. I recommend doing casual or events, okay? Because if you're just wandering around, going solo, doing your own thing, that's what I recommend. But if you do daily ops, raids, or expeditions, there's an expectation there to do those. If you don't partake, you'll be kicked off that team, all right? Just a little FYI. I recommend doing events or casual, just if you're just kind of doing things on your own and just, you know, going solo. You don't have to hang out with each other, etc. That's the main thing you have to remember if you're on a team by yourself or with another person, all right? Next thing is complete an event. So I do have a link in the description for a video. It is called Complete Events for Newbies. We don't do every event here in the game, but we do quite a few of them. We mainly focus on the 5 events we can spawn in ourselves by either fast traveling to that area or just walking by. So let's take a look at those events here real quick. BattleBot down here, Mount Blair Train Yard. Baltic Agricultural Research Center. We have fertile soil. So this is probably the very first event here you do. Most people leave Vault 76. They come down here to Flatwood. You're going to be walking around. And I believe if you're just out back of the White Church, you're close enough where you'll spawn that event in. And that'll probably be the very first event you ever do here in the game. Morgantown Airport. We have Collision Course. You will have to run down the runway and go to the quarantine zone. Yeah, sorry if that was coughed in your guys' ear there. And two events up here in Grafton, so either Protest March or Grafton Day. That's a pretty good time up there. Let's take a look see what we have available in this particular server. Not a whole lot. We have Manhunt. We did that one there just the other day. This is a Enclave event here. Drop Connection. What else we got going on here? Yeah, just not a whole lot going on. All right. So let's do something nice, quick, and easy here. Let's pop into Grafton Station here. Now we can spawn into Grafton itself. However, we spawn in on the north side. You have to go through those super mutants there. I recommend coming from the station side because both of them more so happen closer down to this end of town. Most times, not all the time, but the majority of times. What's going on there? Whoa, that was close. Huh! That was close, Jimmy boy. Shut the slide off here. Hopefully we get Grafton Day. Oh, we got Protest March again. This is like the 3rd time we got Protest March coming here. Now, if you get Protest March, it always happens at the same spot every single time. Right in this little area right here. Now, I'm more so looking for the Scorch with the signs, okay? The Super Mutants that are here, and the Floaters, and the Mutant Hounds, they just happen to be here, okay? They have nothing to do with the event. They just happen to be in this area. Now, even though it says 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes there in the top right-hand corner, it's not going to take us 30 minutes. It'll take us 7 minutes at the very most. So if you're by yourself, this is a real good one to do. It's nice and easy. And you'll know you're on the second wave when the buddy starts talking again. And the second wave will be more so the Scorch with the signs, and there'll be a few robots that show up. But remember that these Super Mutants, they just happen to be here. All right, this is their doormaid most times. Miss. Oh, my lord. Get him in the torso this time. Why are we missing this guy? Oh, we did a weekly challenge there, apparently. Okay. There's someone behind us. I don't know what happened to them. Maybe they got fire from the Super Mutant. That's what I'm thinking. Alright. Now the second wave, they kind of walk around a little bit because sometimes there'll be the straggler. Okay, there we go. Complete an event while in a team 1 for 1, done, just like that. Don't forget all your junk here, pretty good. We are overweight here. So if you are overweight trying to fast travel, you can use carry weight boosters if you so wish. Or if you have the perk card, Travel Agent, I think this particular build has it on. Yeah, right there. You can fast travel while over encumbered at an increased cost. That's fine. Let's go ahead. We're going to head back to our camp here. Okay. This way here now, Jimmy. I think we're all done. We are just like that, guys. Pretty awesome. Pretty quick. Let's take a look at weapon of the day here. Same one we used yesterday is this Aristocrat's Glow-Sighted Crossbow. Up to plus 50% damage based on the caps you have. Currently plus 50%. Plus 50% critical damage. Minus 35% action point cost. Bolts explode for 91 damage. Aristocrats Vital Vats Optimized. Explosive Frame. Glow Sights. 571 damage. Bolts. Just capacity of 1. Nice little weapon for sure. It is a little slow to reload. But again, we do have a different perk card build here as I showed you guys yesterday. The one I really like for this particular build is called Hat Trick. Arrows and throwing weapons bounce towards 3 additional targets, dealing 70% damage. So that's pretty awesome. So same thing as today, especially with those robots that we did earlier here at the camp. I just shot the one, hit the one guy, and killed the other 3, or destroyed the other 3 next to it, which is pretty awesome. This one here comes and absolutely fantastic, very, very handy. But yeah, this is the build for this bow here. Legendary perk cards. Again, very happy with them. Had them for quite some time, and they're all maxed out. Armor, let's take a look at that real quick. Aristocrats Ultralight Secret Service left arm. Chameleon Ultralight Secret Service left leg. Mutants Ultralight Secret Service right arm. Resistance Secret Service under armor. Troubleshooters Ultralight Secret Service right leg. Vanguard's Jetpack Secret Service chest piece. Alright. Nice. There you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps. NotMeButMeYesMe, that's me. Gotta clear my throat here. Drew, Andrew, Waywarner, John, DJ59, Picquerist, Gwen Trutnau, Tony Watson, FelixTheKat, Benny Bunny, AJ Phelps, Adolfo Perez, Aussies1, Ricardo 186, Eric R. Shepard, Zach M. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.